What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to a new video on my channel here today. I'm going to be going over 5 reasons I think that DC Universe needs to, call it quits with version 1.0, do a reboot and revamp, and come back with the version 2.0. I think that, it's a great game, but it does have a lot of flaws that they could improve on if they went back to the drawing board and developed it. If you guys do like this type of video, if you guys can leave some comments, like, subscribe. Let me know if you want to keep seeing these type of videos, maybe on different games, or if you want me to make more of a series out of it and do, show the real problems while I do like a let's play. I could do that as well, and we'll get right back into the video right now. Number 1, the game has to be free to play. That's the most important thing with really any game nowadays, but all of the powers and DLC needs to be free. I can't go to create a character and only get to choose 5 out of the 15 powers that they have. And then once I get to, level 50 out of 200, I have to pay $15 a month just to be able to access the rest of the game. You're not going to be able to keep a fan base like that. I understand that cosmetics might have to be paid for, even the replay tokens that they have now, so they reset the missions. So you can gain more gear from the bosses. I understand that they'll have those items still in the game that are pay to play, but the basis of the game has to be free. The second reason is they need to update their graphics and missions. The graphics in the game are just outdated. There's nothing wrong with the game. I understand that's the style, and the game's been out for so long, that's just the style they've been going with. But we're in 2019, they can get better graphics than what they have. But more importantly than that is the missions. Everyone's bored of fighting Brainiac, having Brainiac be the main boss. Besides the very few players that just continue to do the endgame DLC, nobody wants to, create a new character, go through the mid-level content. I know that's why they brought out a lot of those level skippers, but I think that, is a problem. If people are wanting to skip the first 100, levels, it shouldn't be like that. You want to bring out new, fresh missions. That way, everyone gets a new start. And there'll be more people coming back to the game that maybe got bored of these old missions, but will give it another chance to complete some of the new missions and new story and figure out all the lore of the new 2.0 DC Universe. Reason number 3 kind of goes along with reason number 2, and it's just really an updated leveling system. Levels 1 through 30, I feel like were actually more fun to play. I actually have more enjoyment doing a lot of level 1 through 30 missions just because a lot of it's open world missions. Once I got to level 30, most of my time was just spent queuing up in the watchtower. I would sit there, queuing up for hours, just doing raids. And although, the missions are fun to do, I think that, being able to do more solo, duo, 4 people alerts, but in the real world, doing real time, like saving people if you're on the heroes, or maybe you have to go and destroy something and you only have maybe a couple hours to do it, so when it comes out, you have to be able to create groups quickly just to keep people engaged with new content and always be updating it. And also, I think what it would help with post the late game content as well would be if they added some extra scaling, I guess you could say. Just not everything be focused just on combat level and getting better combat gear. If there was some sort of other, way that you could have different skills, I don't even know what skills I could think of for that, but if there was other things you can do besides just having to do combat all the time, it might keep other people engaged, in the chats and just keep people online. Reason number 4 really comes down to the clan system that they have. There's really nothing that you need to be in a clan for. It really doesn't make sense why they even have it in the game. Up until a couple years ago when they brought out, the clan bases, there really was nothing that you needed to be in one for. They need to bring out, maybe some bosses that you have to be in a clan to fight, whether it be some missions, some extra customizable gear and upgrades that you could only get by, doing clan missions or just being in a clan over time. Things like that, they need to be implemented in the game to keep the people, in a small community of players and not just going through the motions of leveling by themselves every day. Reason number 5 is they need to, implement a better version of PvP. They need to figure out how to balance the skill styles and the armor in PvP And also just to make, I think doing that would make movement matter. If I'm super speed, it should have its advantages and disadvantages compared to someone with flight or acrobat or skimming. They should all have their advantages and disadvantages. I think they could implement that to help with balancing PvP and making PvP a more viable option. Right now PvP is dead. You can't find a game if you go on, but that's a huge player base that you lose if you have that in the game. Either just take out PvP completely and don't even put that as an option, or if it's going to be an option, it's got to be something that's well thought out, that's each mission has a counter. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Remember to subscribe if you want to see more. Leave some comments down below also if you guys want me to do this on some other games. Maybe if you guys have some that you have in mind for me to play and test this on, I will. And as always, guys, I'll see you next time.